Well, finally time. Time to finish things up. Time for the last chapter of Penny Larceny. Hello, phone. Good to see you, too. The last chapter of Penny Larceny. I'm gonna miss this game. I am gonna miss this game. Dearly. Well, for a change, there's actually some stuff I want to say during the, pre-stream segment. For example... Well, no, I'm gonna save that until more people show up. Hello, Two Flower. Good to see you. But to start with, the Nayuta no Kisuke soundtrack, or Nayuta Boundless Trails, on in the background here. That's finally out on Steam, and that means that, the time of me streaming the heck out of the entire friggin' Trail series, all 12 games of it, or whatever they're up to now, that approaches. That time approaches, and it approaches fast. Hello, Silverstar, and thank you for the subscription. Yet again, you've funded my enormous amounts of bullshit, and I'm delighted. Hello, YouTube! You've funded me, and I am delighted by it. But yes, at some point, I'm going to be streaming the entire Trails series. I do not know how I will get through that. I don't think it will be continuous. I think if I tried to stream those games continuously, I would in fact die. The other thing that I wanted to mention is longtime viewers of the channel may remember me doing a special on Dr. Lunatic Supreme with Cheese. I did a showcase that got uploaded to YouTube a while back. Well, that is now Dr. Lunatic Supreme with Steam. And it's up on Steam. It's $10. I bought it immediately because I love this sort of goony shareware game aesthetic from, like, the early 2000s, back when Web 1.0 was a thing. And it's got that in spades. Like I said, I did a showcase on playing it a while back. I will really just buy anything Hamumu drops on Steam. I've been playing their games since, like, the early 2000s. Have you stopped to consider? Your Aunt Zizi is an old person. But yeah, you don't see that kind of weird pre-rendered sprite nonsense anymore. You're probably older. I think you are older. But I'm still an old person. And you're older than you ever were, and now you're even older. And now you're older still. Hello, Fire Whiskers. Time is marching on. Anyway, yeah, I gotta get back into the Falcom web. The Falcom well. They might, yeah, I haven't heard anything from the MIT Giants in a long time. I should dip back into what they've been doing. I've been deeply distracted by other stuff. Like, you know, learning about goofy Scandinavian heavy metal, but, you know, that's no excuse. So, 25 seconds, we're gonna be starting up the finale of Penny Larceny. What comes after Penny Larceny? I have no idea. I actually do not know offhand what I'm gonna be doing next. Very likely Crusader of Senti. Don't hold me to that. I can't promise anything. We'll just have to see what my what my whims send me on. But let's get over to the penny tab. Let's get you guys down here. Expand out. Let's hit play. Now, I have a theory. My theory is that the big circle of characters that we've been filling out is going to turn into a character select. And we're going to have to pick somebody to ride shotgun with. Your theory is it's Gibson? That's entirely possible. I don't know yet. But we're about to find out. And I'll go into some thoughts, depending on what we get. Hello, Jaffa. Hello, Saria. Good to see y'all. Alright. What do you got for me, big clock in the sky? Bang, bang, bang. It is time. Time has come. The heist begins. Gather your team and steal the future. That's a line. Uh-huh. Alias Grand Theft Auto. Good to meet you. Pleased to meet you too. Throughout Penny's line of work, you've learned to look at the big picture, crafting your design for it little by little. Everything connects up, dotted lines and arrows and symbols. A path leading from A to B to C to D. While she pulled off daring heists and schemes, you patiently observed. You gathered the clues you would need for your scheme. Oh boy. Oh, okay. You've seen every possibility through to the end. Now it's time for something new. You must improvise with thieves' skill. But in the end, you'll get Penny where she needs to be. You'll secure the future she deserves without compromise. Now, I don't think we're going full Doki Doki here. Like, that doesn't seem like the right direction. And it begins with the help of one reluctant heroine. Which is when I lured him into my trap. He had no idea I was lying in wait for him. And the day is saved thanks to Farsight, the Capebook Crusader. Wow, and how did you know he'd take that specific fire exit? The power of Gigaversal Insight, officer. I can see through the possibilities of time. Comes in handy when tracking villains. Between my superpowers and the anonymous tips I get on Capebook, I can defeat any mask, great or small. Usually, small. Well, you've done a humdinger of a job today. The sinister mustard man will never again threaten private property. Ah, poor mustard man. That priceless balsamic vinegar collection he tried to steal is back in the hands of the Condiment Corral for purchase by happy customers. Purchase? But it's priceless. Okay, maybe not priceless, but you saved the company hundreds of dollars minimum. Good work. Haha, right. All in a day's work for a heroine like me, right. If you'll excuse me, I need to hand this dirtbag over to the police. He'll be going away for a long, long time. Right, as you were a fine citizen. I want to throw up. Mustard Man wasn't a threat to anyone. Just a sad, lonely man who felt compelled to dress funny and steal sauces. He needs a therapist, not prison. But theft is still a crime. This is technically justice. Even if it doesn't exactly feel like justice. It feels like... not again. Not again. Please, please don't do this. I can't listen to all of you. I can't, it's too much. I'm sorry. Gonna turn down the volume on those guys for a little bit, because we need to talk, Farsight. What? You're not me. You're not one of me. Who are you? I'm a friend of Penny Larceny, who is a friend of yours in another timeline. She wants to help you. Penny, who? Friend, yes. I can feel it in your thoughts more than hearing the words. You do want to help me. Okay. Okay, things are quieting down. I think having a single voice to focus on helps, especially one that's not mine. I should probably find it worrying hearing mysterious new voices in my head, but there's something weirdly familiar about your echo. Penny Larceny also got dosed with Serum 23. I can talk to both of you as a result. I see. So you can connect to anyone with the same resonance. I think I'm gonna need to meet this Penny person. Well, I see two possibilities here. Either I don't believe a word you think at me until we're forced to do a heroic team-up anyways, or we skip to the end and I decide to trust you. Yeah, you remember those days when Spider-Man would just fight anybody who crossed his path, and then they would have a team-up, and then they would go on their separate ways? It'd be nice to do that without the fist fight. Given how weird my life is, this doesn't even rank in the top 10 weirdest things to happen, so I'm inclined to skip to the last step. Really, what's the weirdest thing? Fruit pies, delicious hostess fruit pies. They can solve any crime. I stopped a guy from stealing Idaho. I can't even explain how he did it, or how I stopped him. It was one of those Dadaist, high art comic book type capers. Oh, wow. I would like to see Farsight have a Doom Patrol moment. In the end, I think it was just a metaphor for religion or something. I don't know. Just so many potatoes. Oh, yeah, that was definitely an Alan Moore joint. Individual fruit pies. I want those vanilla pudding pies that had, like, green food coloring in them. Wait, I'm getting distracted. I better focus before I get swamped in Amy voices again. Moon pies? No, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pudding pies. So, what's going on? Like, why did you need to contact me like this? Are you okay with spoilers? Because I got a big spoiler drop coming your way. My whole thing is spoiling future events, so yeah, go right ahead. I'm not the sort who likes a good mystery. Gah! Yeah, all this really sucks. Man, that many, huh? Well, 5, yes, obvious, 5 roots. What was that? Was our future? The whole world ruined and destroyed again and again? Is that all we have to look forward to? Not if we can stop it. We're gonna do it like a mask would. We're gonna cheat. Okay, you have my attention. What's the first step? One social mixer with supervillains in the can. I think I made a great impression at the Crimer event. And one day later, just one little day, my inbox started blowing up. Job after job, caper after caper, ripe for the stealing. Powerful supervillains sliding into my DMs. Looks like I shook the right hands and kissed the right cheeks at that party. We are so in right now. Wait, you were kissing people? What kind of a party was this? Well, metaphorical kissing, anyway. Which is when there's a knock-knock at my apartment door. We expecting guests? Maybe the fungal growth in the West Wing finally started shambling around looking to eat people's brains? Well, that fungal growth can mind control Farsight, so I really hope it doesn't. You'll miss Gibson. Believe me, that voice will come out in the future. But yeah, I will miss Gibson. I'll miss voicing Gibson. Gibson's adorable and I love him. Or it's the cops. Gibson jumps down from his computer chair and into my backpack for safety. We're made! We gotta go! Grab the bug-out bag and let's... hello? Is anyone home? I'm looking for Penny Larceny and Gibson. Hang on, they say I should call it... Seriously? Shadow Lord Hellclaw the Nightmare Bringer. That's his name? On second thought, I immediately and unquestionably trust the mysterious human at our door. What the fork? If this is a trap, whoever you are, I'll have you know I can shoot nuclear laser beams out of my eyes. I carefully slide the door lock open, then jump back and assume what is hopefully a threatening action pose. Look, I told you she wouldn't just trust us right off the bat. She's a mask. They're naturally suspicious people. Hey, that's very judgy of you. Guessing you're a cape then, here to throw me in jail for the rest of my life? Actually, the voice in your head is in my head now, and told me to recruit you for a caper. I'm your new client. The fork! Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Okay, I know this is strange, but hear me out on my reasoning behind why we should believe what she's saying. She likes cats. Therefore, she is trustworthy. The end. Yeah. Think I'm gonna need more go on than that. Hey you! What the fork you up to? You talking to heroes behind my back? You know I exist outside of time and space, right? I'm in two places at once right now. I can do that. Am I ever gonna learn exactly who you are and how you're able to do all this crazy shit? Probably not, huh? Trust but verify. Ask your head voice where I first met Gibson. On the roof of Parsons Mental Hospital, huh? I mean, that's what the voice says. Yeah, that's pretty much on the money there. Right, trusted and verified. I don't like it, but I can go with it. Let's sort this mess out. For starters, who are you and what in the absolute shirt is going on? Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. That's really rude of me. I'm Amy Saito, also known as Farsight. I'm a hero, you figured that much out. I got overdosed with Serum 23, while you got the minimum dose. It helps me see through temporal possibilities. Okay, that tracks with how you could be in touch with my passenger. I'm weird, you're giga weird, and my friend is ultra weird. So what's the score? You need a thief for some caper? Why does a hero need something stolen? Sort of. I need someone who can steal the future. How do you steal time? Well, first you make a really engaging video game. Ba-dum-titch. I don't know, but I'll admit I like the sound of that. Feels like some high-grade premium-level MASH shirt. According to your friend, every one of your futures ends in some sort of apocalypse scenario. So to save the Gigaverse, we're gonna cheat. We'll use your friend's spoilers to prevent the conditions that lead to these apocalypses. If we make a big enough impact to avert all these problems, we'll establish a stable new future for everyone in the world. Okay, with you so far. What problems exactly? Viral cancer, nuclear war, cosmic horror, time-traveling fascists, and late-stage capitalism. Seriously. Okay, I believe you. An evil capitalist runs Kramer, apparently. I mean, obviously, it's Kramer, masked gig economy, therefore evil. What's so apocalyptic about that? Wait, no, don't give me the spoilers yet. No spoilers isn't just about preserving the mystery of the future. It's also about living free. My life, my choices, my path. Little guidance from my head friend, sure, but still the natural flow of events. All my life, I've lived by the principle of freedom, and I'm not willing to completely jettison that even in the face of Armageddon. Yep, stick with your principles. Good move. I approve. What? But like we're talking doomsday scenarios. I'm a hero, and even I want to cheat a bit to stop those. If you operate alone and in the dark, your friend says you could stop one of those flashpoints. But not all of them. But I can do one, right? And for me, one would be enough. One pure, untainted canon future for myself, while cheating like hell to fix the rest of them. How's that for a compromise? Oh boy. Oh no. Oh. Yeah, actually, yeah, that could work. We spread out and cover everything. The essence of heroic teamwork. I foresee a lot of spreadsheets in my future to keep track of all this. But I think we're up to the task. Right, Penny? Agreed, let's be great, big forking heroes. Nukes, cancer, nightmares, time travels, and some greedy motherforker. Together we knock down all 5. So before we start diving into the spoiler tags, let me pick one timeline to be my pet project. And I want your input on this since you've seen them all. What should I focus on? What's my best in show, world-class, happily ever after? Oh, but, I need a minute, guys. I need a minute. Okay. So my heart says hate. And then my heart also says Farsight. But my mind says that the only timeline where Penny is free of her father's machinations is the anti-Crimer timeline. And I think I gotta go with that. I think I have to go with that. It's the only one where she's genuinely free of everything. Yeah, I am curious about what could be going on with Crimer. I'll play it cool and explore that a bit more, see where it leads. And it'll be fun working with all three of the bosses, make a few friends, yeah? Yeah. I'm gonna look into Crimer more. I'll hop in and out of various contracts until I figure out what's going on. And I'm gonna keep track of everything. We'll have the most organized anti-apocalypse conspiracy team ever. He's so adorable when he schemes. I am not adorable! Okay, consider us now in spoiler-rich territory regarding all the other Doomsdays. What do you got? It's time to plan the job. Begin the swing! Wow, we're skipping right to that step, huh? Okay, let's go! I mean, you already cased the joint, didn't you? So now we plan. Actually, you know what? Let's also mix in a little bit of... We'll do a cool flash-forward flashback structure. Keep things lively in the narrative. It'll be fun. Gibson, start taking notes. Okay, recording has begun. You may proceed. First round, whom do we step in and help? I say we aid a villain first. Why? Wouldn't it make sense to take care of our own problems before getting to theirs? Trust me, I got a plan for our plan. That's what being a thief is. Planning the plan, which plans your plan plans. Okay. Help a villain. Which one do you recommend I go talk to? For Farsight? Oh, we're gonna send Farsight to Dr. Mayhem. It's gotta be Isaac. He's not a bad guy. Just a guy in a bad situation. I think you can help him escape that. Okay, leave it to me. It's time to do the right thing and release Isaac from his debt. It's time to be noble after years of corruption. You're not an evil man. You fell in with the wrong crowd. It happens. But it doesn't need to keep happening. If you work... That's Gibson. If you work with me instead of against me, we can cure cancer. Not just your cancer, but everyone's cancer. The King in Yellow isn't going to be an ongoing concern, so you've honestly got nothing to lose by switching sides to Steam Cape. I'm no hero. All I've ever done is look after my own self-interests. Even now, I'm only considering this because I need his cure. Fake it till you make it. If you're not feeling the heroism, act heroic anyway, and maybe one day, it'll take root in your heart. And you're sure you won't turn around and arrest me for what I've already done? I'm a believer in second chances, are you? But before that, and that's how I'll handle that. I like it. 2 apocalypses accounted for. 3 to go. Okay, for the next one, hang on, consider all the angles. There's a new resource at our fingertips, right? Dr. Mayhem can lend us a hand once you free him from the bonds of capitalism. You know he'd be willing to help. I mean, yeah, but would he want to get involved in this sort of superhero nonsense once he's in the clear? He likes not being murdered in a doomsday scenario, I'll bet. So many variations, I bet there are. This feels very enriched. If there's time... My blocks are usually 2 hours. If there's time, I may run this a second time through. The whole point of this team-up is no one can save the future alone, right? It's collective action. Bring on the villains. But if you feel we can do this ourselves, that's cool too, okay? Just a suggestion. So with that in mind, the next apocalypse to prevent will be... Farsight. We need her mind free and clear, and I bet Isaac can help out with the biology stuff. You had to use a spreadsheet to keep track? Wow. So, what's this about time-traveling fascists? I don't know much. Your friend said I needed to come to some realizations myself. But apparently if I don't realize my destiny, someone's gonna end the entire Gigaverse. Huh. That sounds bad. I'm gonna need some help figuring this mess out. I can't do it alone. You're busy with your own problems, so who do you recommend? Also, hello, James username. I do not know you, but it is good to see you. Yeah, Dr. Mayhem. Good voice of reason. Isaac is a man of science and reason, and your powers are science-based. Bet he can figure this out. It's bad. It's real forkin' bad. I've still got friends on the legitimate side of medical science. And from what they're telling me, Continuum feels they're on the verge of a breakthrough in biotech that will enable the creation of Captain Infinity. And that's bad? Captain Infinity is a hero. He founded Continuum so they can eventually invent time travel for him. It's bad because you're their lab rat. What? I analyzed your blood samples using some tech I got from other Mad Doctor types. They have a quantum resonance signature. The same resonance that Continuum and RealWare are trying to achieve. Reality traversal, reality generation, timeline manipulation. That's Serum 23. It induces this harmonic state on a quantum level within your blood. That sounds forkin' ridiculous, but it's true. Problem is, your resonance is intensifying. It's cascading upwards, your powers are spiraling out of control. Right, but Continuum said their weekly drug therapy sessions are working to slow them down. Their drugs are accelerating it. This isn't a natural progression of your powers, it's artificial. They're killing you in order to see what happens when you overload. All to collect the data they need. No, that's not... The facts are the facts. You're not their hero, you're their pet. Your grave will be a stepping stone towards their perfect Captain Infinity. Nothing about this is natural. Those bastards probably engineered your accident in the first place, too, creating their own test subject. And if you can't take control of this, you'll be dead within weeks. No, it's not, I can't be. I'm nothing to them. I'm nothing but an experiment. I'm nothing. Amy, you're still you. You belong to yourself. You want to be a hero? Then be the hero you want to be, not the patsy they want you to be. Take their hubris and turn it against them. Heal yourself. Heal the world. I am my own hero, not theirs. What in? Good work, Amy. I knew you could find your way to becoming me. Another victory for science. That's 3 down, 2 to go. This is kind of fun. I've never done anything this elaborate before. What's next? Oh, I know what we'll do next. We're helping Hate. How do we turn Hate 4000 into Love 4000? They seem pretty hell-bent on sending us all to hell. Hate 4000 has to be convinced to give Love.exe a shot. That means emotional support and confronting past sins. So big time to get DLC. I don't know what kind of DLC this game would get. Presumably like a cape or add-on pack. But I hope so too. I hope so too. Emotional support, huh? I think it's Farsight's turn again. It's gonna take a delicate and empathetic touch to help Hate through this process. Feels like cave work to me. I hope they get on well. The Infinity, oh boy! Join me, and we will murder humanity together. We could murder humanity together. As the only representative for humanity here, could I speak on behalf of my species? I know we have problems. We let hate divide us and we destroy ourselves out of fear of one another. We've been that way for a long time. If that's all we are, if we're a mindless, vengeful, cruel species, you'd be right to put us down. We'd be irredeemable. But I believe we can be more if you give us a chance. If you help us be our best selves, we can be so much more. You are incapable. You are inferior. You will never be anything more than what you are. No, I have seen the heart of darkness, yes, but I have seen pinpoints of light in humanity as well. Love.exe has shown me that truth. I pity humanity and wish to put it out of its misery. That is an act of love. But this human, Farsight, even tangled in their machinations, manipulated by their webs of lies and cruelty, she rises above. I have analyzed her heroic efforts. She is pure of heart, genuine in thought and belief. And if I could aid humanity in being more like her, there would be no misery and no reason to kill humanity. Foolish. A child's dream, an impossible dream. Then I choose the impossible. I embrace Love.exe and will offer humanity hope. Good for you. Almost done. I got my own destiny mapped out and 3 others are sorted. 4 down, 1 to go. All that's left is the Overmistress. What's the deal with the Overmistress? I was assuming her cosmic horror was fake. Unfortunately, no, it's real. And it's tied to the Sanguinomicon, her book of magic. Okay, we gotta convince her to destroy the book. I've gotta see this scene. It'd be a weird mix, but maybe Hate can convince the Overmistress to abandon ship on evil. Hate! Hate for your evil book! Hate for your cult! I thought you'd turned over a new leaf and embraced love. Love is not meant to be an absolute, neither is hate, and in this case, yes, hate. You must destroy the book immediately. Need I remind you, the book is the source of my magical power, and the entire basis of control over my cult. I have forgotten her voice already. Need I remind you, your cult is populated by incompetent zealots who are unable to tie their own shoes without your help? You are their minion, they are your overlords. Your power is granted by them because you are useful. That does not make you loved. But above all, Farsight and Penny's suspicions are correct. The book is a trap. According to my calculations, the rituals combine to form a meta-ritual, which sacrifices a life to empower the many-faceted one. Specifically, your life. I see. Destroy the book, abandon the cult, strike out into this world as a free and independent spirit. Step 1 of learning to love yourself is to value your own life over the lives of the one who use and exploit you, yes? Correct. I've lived for this cult long enough. It's time to be my own woman. Have you any matches I could use? You cannot do this. This isn't right. This isn't fair. We were supposed to confront each other at the end of the tale, not the beginning. You are cheating! You are a cheat! We're closing the book on you. No! No! I will not die! I will not lose my tether! I will persist! And I will... There, it is done. I likely have a few days before the cult notices the book is gone. I'll secure as much of my personal fortune as I can and wrap things up. I suppose this is for the best, not just to save the world, but the best for me personally. I'm done with living my life for this silly cult. Now I can live for myself. And that's everything. Spreadsheet complete. We have a plan. I'll send you both a copy so you can work together to enact it in the days ahead. Assuming this unfolds in our favor. I don't think my semi-silent partner would set all this up if it had any chance of failure. You know what? Believe in that, Penny. Now, that doesn't mean it won't be hard work. We're all gonna have to pull together to make it happen. I need to deep dive into the Crimer situation. Work with several different villains so we can figure out what's going on. That sounds almost heroic. Yeah, except I'm planning to exploit the hell out of Crimer for everything it'll give me before I decide what to do with it. We'll prevent as many dark futures as we can. And then, we party! Right, we party. Wait, what? With the plan in place, the two of us go our separate ways. Me to handle my end of things, her to set up the rest. Little by little, over the next few weeks, we avert every single disaster in our path, redeeming villains, thwarting monsters. As for me, well, in the end, imagine my surprise when I discovered my supposedly dead father running the show at Primer and Cape Book. But with the help of all my new friends, I took control of his empire. I'm the one calling the shots now. I have to admit, Dad's scheme was a solid one. There's no need to win the game if you're playing every seat at the table. You win by default. I have the power to reshape the world, and I have allies willing to help me do it. Partners, rather than minions. We are the Larceny Legion, the matchmakers, my masked friends, and the countless agents my father already had in play. And with no looming apocalypse to darken my door, I know my future is bright indeed. You're probably worried you just replaced one problem with another by making me king of the castle. Don't be. I'm making moves, making changes. I won't perpetuate his systems of abuse. I know what it was like being in the trenches. The Queen in Green will rule with a later touch. But I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, aren't I? Because before I walked off into the sunset for my happily ever after, we decided to have one big get-together to celebrate all we'd accomplished as a team. Heroes and villains to varying degrees, now that all of us have shuffled up and down the moral spectrum a tad, enjoying this victory. Destructo offered to host the private gathering. I think he just wants to cozy up to our little group, given we're clearly going places. This feast is fancy. Destructo got me the good stuff. Tuna and chicken, the kind that melts in your mouth. I'd be able to avoid the good stuff more often now that Penny's on the rise. So what's on the horizon for everyone's favorite feline felon? I've got a lot of work to do reorganizing Carcosa's digital assets. I'm running an empire now. There's just so many pieces the Queen in Green has to pick up, now the King in Yellow's sent packing. Did we still gank his ass? I'm curious if we still stabbed his ass, because I like that part. Oh, shoot. One moment, please. Ahem. I hope I'm up to the task. You're a digital apex predator, remember? You've got this. Your cult has been rendered non-functional. Why do you still wear their designated attire? Sadly, my personal wardrobe went down with the cult. I've been meaning to find a new tailor, but have bigger concerns for now. I wasn't able to loot my cult for everything they had, but I have a decent pocketbook on hand for re-establishing myself. I'm not certain what I'll do, become a thief like Penny? A political power player like you? No matter what my destiny, at least I can say it is mine to choose. No cult telling me what I am meant to be. Then I shall celebrate your newfound freedom. I myself have a large-scale task ahead of me. Use my strategic processes to lead humanity out of the darkness. Algo and the King in Yellow did considerable damage, twisting the arc of the universe away from justice. I will work to bend it back. Humanity must persevere, despite itself. A toast, then, to humanity? Hear, hear. Perhaps I should develop a child process, who can take up this task after I am fully obsolete. You wish to be a parent. Interesting. What would you name this new creation? A confident name, something strong and intellectual. How about Hal? It's not a bad choice. I suppose I should miss my father, now that he has been removed from my life. And yet I choose to celebrate it. I mean, he did threaten to kill you and your sisters if you disobeyed. I don't think he's earned any grief. I'm glad we were able to free you from that abusive family situation. Nobody should have to live in fear. Yeah, Hal did get a bad rap. I've read 2010, and Hal was just really confused. Conflicting orders, man. It's rough. It has lifted a great weight from us, yes. My sisters and I are forever grateful to you and your friends for the assistance. And now we can get to know our long-lost sister Penny as well. We can be a proper family instead of a thin excuse for one. That's great to hear. And with Penny as the queen in green leading the way for Carcosa, there's no end to what we can accomplish. What you can accomplish for good, right? What you can accomplish for good, right? I'm so relieved. Happy endings for everybody. It'll be so much easier to work with them now that they've found their destinies. I wouldn't get too cozy. We still have the woman in black to deal with, and we need to silence Polybius once and for all. I would suggest we expand the reach of your ghost monsters to lay the path for a better future. Clyde's on board. Inky, Blinky, and Pinky, too. There's a new guy called Larceny we could recruit. I meant expanding that reach beyond this timeline. Polybius is a menace, yes, but we may have a larger problem. Don't forget, I was kidnapped to this timeline by Captain Infinity, and we still don't know why. Are we certain the original Captain Infinity is no longer our problem? Oh, okay, there's the DLC hook. As the conversation rolls on, I fetch a glass and raise it high. Your attention, please. I'd like to propose a toast. All of this. This feels good. Feels right. Happy endings are rare things from masks. Securing this many of them, unheard of. Unthinkable, impossible. And yet we did it. In defiance of every system that tried to control us. Everyone who tried to exploit us, we saved the day 5 times over. Gatebook wanted heroes sidelined into meaningless fights. Crimer wanted villains grinding forever as interchangeable parts. We defied them both. We said no. We aren't masks and capes, we're just people. And we will find a future together. After tonight, we all have our own schemes and dreams to chase after, but I hope we'll keep in touch. I can honestly say you're all my friends. And I raise this glass to the connections we've made with each other. To the Larceny Legion! A wave of cheers as glasses are clinked and good feelings run wild. My sister glides through the crowd with effortless ease to join me. We should return to Carcosa soon. There is much work to be done. Come on, sis. Celebrate now, work later. We got time. You've got time. I'm betting Daddy Dearest never gave you time. But you're my sisters, and you deserve to be treated like family, not tools. Thank you. We've been his tools for far too long. Out of curiosity, how many of you are there? How many clones did he grow? I've never had an accurate head count. Oh, gosh. How many have we seen? Matchmaker, Lady at the Bank. I think we've seen at least 12? We are embedded within dozens and dozens of power structures, corporations, and national governments. I would say the number is enough. More than enough for any goals we wish to accomplish, not as your tools, but as your partners. So where would you like to begin? Oh, I've got ideas. Hey. I know I've been busy mixing it up with all these wacky masks and capes, but I haven't forgotten about you. We've been through everything, you and I. You were there to help me find the path forward. I want you to know you have my thanks, you have my gratitude. But if I could indulge in just one little question, one imposition. Who are you? You've never told me. I've never asked. It felt rude, really. But I think at this point I'm good with knowing the truth. You're a strange outsider who can change the course of events and more. Why, how, and who are you? The truth it is, I think. He deserves it. You know, I had a feeling that was it. Or something like that. The way you play with time and space. I'm not going to go into an existential meltdown over this. I think I've got this all figured out. The way I see it, my life isn't actually a game. That's just the way you have to interpret it. You're peeking in on something real. Kinda wish you could swing by for a visit in the flesh, but I guess this interface is all you get. That's a pity, but hey, what can you do? Guess I should be thankful you didn't get bored and stop playing. I'd really be in the shirt without you. This is game over, isn't it? We're parting ways? Well, you know, there could be sequels. DLC. Ah, new adventures. I like new adventures. Kinda means you'd have to kick capitalism's ass to make it happen, though. Rough beats all around. See you around, partner. Perhaps we'll meet it. Perhaps we'll meet again for one more heist. In my... You know, I think you all know the speech by now. Yeah, good job. This is the first time I've actually cracked on screen, on stream. Everything connects up. Dotted lines and arrows and symbols. A path leading from A to B to C to D. When you do your job right, it's clean and precise, professional, and awesome. I love it when a plan comes together. Even with your help cheating my destiny, I've had to scheme and improvise, adjusting our plan on the fly. But in the end, I got where I was going. Where I needed to be. My name is Penny Larceny, and believe it or not, I've saved the Gigaverse. You know, I think we might call it early. I think, instead of doing another run through that, I think I might, need to reflect on this game for a while, actually. This was really strong. And hey, here's to the future. Here's to DLC. Master Thief didn't unlock? Oh no. You know, you're right, actually. Complete all Crimer capers. Did I miss anything? Should auto-unlock next time I start? Yeah, let's see if I can get that real quick before we mop up. And I am nervously waiting for the post-credits. Poof Puff. Poof Puff. That's a great name for a sound effect. Well, Penny Larceny, gig economy supervillain, everybody. I am still really impressed. Through the power of cheats, and we didn't even have to use any weird codes. I didn't have to type like Dullard on the title screen. So y'all, we're gonna get to Arcade Spirits sooner rather than later, I think. Heidi smashing pumpkins into small piles of putrid debris. Yeah, I did mention that, Dr. Lunatic Supreme with Steam is now on Steam. It's a fun story. It's a good story. And time carries on. The world keeps spinning. Time keeps on ticking into the future. Penny found her destiny, and working with Farsight, managed to prevent the dead ends. Your work is done. You've watched over her just as promised. But you could always go back and experience it all over again. Thanks to you, she will always find happiness. The past is yours to explore, and the future is safely unwritten. Alright, real quick, I'm gonna see what we can do about this achievement here. A tricky trespassing thief takes a terrific treasure trove. I love these alliterative. Alright, we do not have Master Thief. Obtained loot. Yep, there we go. And now, presumably, it's gonna offer me the choice to... Bong. Bong. Any future is secure. The Gigaverse is safe. But you can revisit a favorite timeline if you like. Alright, I think I'm good for now. Yeah, I got a lot of reflecting to do on that one. And I've got a review to write for Steam. But yeah. One sec while I pop over here. Oops. And shrink you guys back down. But, yep. That is everything for Penny Larceny, Gig Economy Supervillain. That is 23.9 hours. Who says visual novels have no gameplay? Float over here so I can punch you. And, man, what a night. Thank you for playing. Thank you for attending. And thank all of you for attending. Let me just make a quick raid check. Yeah, I'm gonna drop you all on Carr, who is doing a Hollow Knight. I like Carr, and, Hollow Knight is a game that I will probably never actually play because it is a little too sprawling for me. You know, we'll see. I look forward to seeing you in the future. But let's go ahead and raid Carr. Don't need gameplay, but there absolutely can be. Yeah. Hey, anybody looking forward to a Hatoful Boyfriend? Because that is also pretty high on my list. We're gonna get killed by birds, and it's gonna be fun. Maybe not in the near future, but in the future. Good night, everybody. Oh, right. I need like 10 seconds. Okay. Well, 10 seconds is fine. 10:90. Okay, there we go. Everybody say hi to Carr, and, good night to y'all.